Good morning, everyone. It's Gina Britz here, and I'm here to give you an update on this adventure that you have decided to join ReThRo Residents Association on. ReThRo Cares cannot thank you enough that you have taken hands with us, and it is becoming quite an endeavor. As part of feedback, I want to tell you about the second to last tin of bully beef. You know that second to last tin standing on the table amongst all the other stock? And as everything is dwindling, and I'm wondering how long the rice is going to last, and the tins are getting less, I get to that second last tin of bully beef. And I hear of a family that needs it, and I put it in a packet, and I think, if it's up, if it's done, it's done. And it's always the second to last, because you know, before we get to the last one, the bell at the gate rings. SPAR lets us know there's a full trolley that we can come and unload. Phillips lets me know there's so many food hampers that they're going to come deliver because they can't wait until we come fetch it. There's too much. So every time before we get to that very last tin of bully beef, our stock is replenished. I cannot tell you how often I've given away the second to last tin of bully beef. And it is just incredible. Other things as well. I look at my toiletry box and I think, oof, there's 2 bars of soap left, there's 1 toothpaste, and I'm going to give someone the last toothpaste. And then the bell at the gate rings and there's toothpaste. 2 or 3 or 5 of them. So that's just part of my daily blessing, is to see how you guys are providing. We are currently feeding 20 families, which works out to about 100, just over 100 people. And it is so incredible to be able to do that. When we feed a family, we don't feed them just once off. If we hear they are in trouble, the first package they receive is a big package, because we don't know for how long they've been hungry, that they were ashamed to talk about it, that they didn't know who to reach out to. It might be that they haven't eaten for quite a few days before they contact us. So the first package is loaded with everything they need to just get going again, to just fill up. And then later on, as there's fresh veggies available or fresh bread, we will let them know there's fresh bread and we're bringing it. And then we add on some soup and some rice, margarine if we have. So every time there's something new to share, we fill up and we go back to them and we go back to them. And even if there's nothing special, nothing that's going to spoil within a few days, but we still see that this family has last had food more than a week ago. We ask, can we send you a package? And we fill up, we top up for them. Because so many people feel, you know, I don't know how long they thought this was going to last, and I don't want to tell them it's done, it's finished. So we fill up before they ask. And I cannot express to you the messages of gratitude I get. And if it weren't for the fact that I'm trying to keep their details secret and confidential, I would have shared all of it with you so that you too can share in this blessing, in seeing the difference, in seeing the impact that it makes. I'm so amazed that I am allowed to see that. So let me tell you where we are. toiletries and feminine products we always need. Fresh fruit, things like apples and oranges that doesn't spoil in a day. That's not, that we can sort of stretch out over 3 days, get our planning, decide who's getting which. Just fresh fruit for the kids makes such a difference. They can't live just on rice and millie meal. So any fresh veggies, fresh fruit, but things that's not going to spoil in a day. Meat products, we can't take any meat that need to go into a freezer. But what we can do is anything that can stay fresh in a fridge for a few days. Bologna, ham, Viennas, anything like that. SPAR has agreed that if you want to sponsor some of that, before you put it in the trolley, just ask, because they're going to make fridge space available for us so that things like that can be stored until we can come get it. And that will also make a massive impact on a family to have something real protein for a few days. So please, anything that is laid on your heart, anything extra that will help us, long life milk. What have I left out? Phillips, SPAR, thank you guys. Thank you for what you are doing for us. And please remember, there are still families signing up, because there's just not, for many, there's no relief in sight yet. But I also have a family that told me, thank you for what you did. Thank you for being there for us when we needed you. Husband has got a job. They're getting back on their feet. They've asked to be taken off the list. And they say that the moment they are back on their feet, they will be the first to contribute. They've already contributed. They've already contributed clothes and other things. Because everyone who's receiving is trying to find a way in which they can give back. So they've already given back. But thank you so much for taking hands with ReThRo Cares and helping us to feed families in our community. You guys are still awesome.